Hello, welcome to Laura's Painted Minis. I am Laura, and today we're working on some terrain. I can't say for sure what the brand is. It's something like Ender's Toys or End Toys, something like that. Endgame Toys. Not like the greatest. You kind of got some weird designs on the back, so not ideal. Not like the greatest either. It's not something that I would get again. It's something that we'd gotten like a long time ago. Um, so yeah, just today I am getting these metal rims painted up. So I've already painted these on this guy. I've already painted with gray liner as base, and then I'm just kind of mostly edge highlighting with around each with aged pewter. So nothing too complicated today. Thankfully, the storm, quote unquote, that we got yesterday was not really much of anything. I'm gonna change my light. There we go. There's a lot of wind and some rain as well. We got a little bit of hail too. It was really like tiny pellets. I don't know how the rest of y'all fared. finished up my recent Paint-A-Long, Paint-A-Long mini. So next week I'll be starting a new mini for that. It'll be, if you were around when I sent out a poll last time, at the beginning of the last Paint-A-Long, there was also a female genie from Reaper. I think it's called Ashana. Do not have her in her box anymore because I put her together. But that was another of the choices from the last time that I was figuring out what to do next. And that was something that at least one person had voted for. So I figured I'd go ahead and just make that the next one instead of doing another poll. Oh, I got distracted about where it was. Get that all the way around, yeah. Okay, yep. And I'm gonna, and if you also remember me briefly mentioning, I think I've mentioned it at least once, thinking about restructuring my Patreon tiers a little bit, just because last year I tried out the whole idea of doing special tutorials that would also have PDFs to complement them. Part of it was to see if that would maybe be something to bring in more people and to give it more value. So yeah, kind of didn't really seem like it did much in the way of bringing more people in, or at least breaking that barrier of getting that first patron. So I kind of thinking I'm gonna go back to kind of how I was doing things before a little bit. Only this time it'll be the Paint-A-Longs. So if you haven't been around for very long, what I used to do was I would just record a video of me painting, basically like I do on stream, minus the chatting with people and a little bit more focused. But it was not necessarily a Paint-A-Long. I would work on that same mini outside of the videos. But yeah, and then on my Patreon, there'd be early access and such. to that video. So I'm gonna, since I'll be starting a new paint along mini, I will use that as I think this is a good time to restructure the Patreon and just kind of basically have it there if people want to support me. Basically saying, hey, yeah, I like what you're doing and I want you to keep doing it. Following me on Twitch and my YouTube also helps. That will help me towards eventually hitting the what I need as far as followers and other stuff to start having people be able to sub. Then I would be able to make money through the Twitch with that. And similar thing with YouTube. Being able to, you know, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, that one's a bit more just straightforward, pretty much. It's pretty much, I mean, I think there's a certain number of hours you have to have, or videos or something like that. Well, I think it's watched hours, maybe? I forget. It's been a while since I've looked at it. The other thing I know is like you need 500 followers. So with YouTube, I'm a ways off from being able to make any income from that. So yeah, I'll kind of have the Patreon more in my mind of like it's there in case someone wants to give directly to me. I mean, I'm sure there's something that Patreon, like the company, gets out of it. I'm sure there's a fee or something. I don't remember. Usually how these kinds of platforms work is there's usually like a fee once there is a transaction. I'll probably just go down to 2 tiers. I'll keep the tier the higher tier where you'll get like a discount on commissions from me, for as long as you are in that tier. And then do like a $3 tier or something like that for everyone else who just wants to give a little. I think they suggest that to go no lower than 3. And they also suggest to like start off with 1 tier. And in case you're wondering, I do not have the dragon done. I pushed pause on that to work on this scatter terrain, because this will be for the first session, used in the first session. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna try and get I don't want to disrupt my I didn't want to disrupt my Paint-A-Lawn schedule too much, so I was waiting till after the current one was done. So if I can get in something tonight and get basically be doing 2 episodes at once, so I can get the first video done and up to, so there's early access still technically if someone does join before Tuesday when I normally drop the YouTube paint-alongs. If not, then I'll just have a week off, so to speak, on the YouTube at least, to get those 2 videos done and or I mean, I guess I would just do the 1 video then on Tuesday itself. The mindset of like, if I can record some videos like tonight, trying to think through why I was thinking doing 2 at once. I don't remember now. I'm gonna try and get the first episode of that one done, I think tonight, so I can post it on my Patreon. Still have a little bit of an early access, like I said, if someone joins for Tuesday. And then I'll just have it scheduled to post on Tuesday on the YouTubes. And then Tuesday I can just do my normal recording of like I would normally do, except just post it to Patreon and schedule it a week later on YouTube. And doing it that way will also help alleviate the confusion too, because when I was just kind of doing it with minis, I was painting, but I was still doing the early access on my Patreon. Like I was, like if you were also on my Instagram, Facebook, then you were seeing pictures, like the progress photos and stuff, before you were seeing videos sometimes. Actually, most of the time. So with this, I would just post the photo that I would use for the video that will actually be going up on YouTube. So you don't have that weird thing going on. Sorry, my metallic paint was getting a little goopy, so I think it's in the air is really dry again because of having to run the heat more. It cooled down with the storm yesterday. And I've packed away the humidifiers, so a little dry. Oops. You can, of course, go ahead and just go on Patreon now, support me now, if that is something you would like. It's there. Obviously, I said like I'll be restructuring tiers, so I understand if you would just rather wait until that's done. You could also just join free. And wait that way. That way you still get like you'll get a notification at least, because I'll just make that a public post. So there's a few free members. Still trying to get that elusive first pain Patreon, which I'm told that it is the hardest to get to past, is just getting that first one. And I mean, with the early access, I would also like do shout outs and stuff. I think it'll be simple enough that I can add in like a little sort of an end credits video of sorts that just kind of scrolls the names. That way I don't have to worry about butchering any names, or yeah. I know I was playing around with it a while because it is already like for something on my tiers as well. I think they're the middle tiers. I think I've got 3. I know I've got more than 2 right now. I think it's just 3 tiers. But yeah, I would make that. Hello, a big raid. Hi there, Gray TV. Gray TV. Welcome. We're doing some scattered terrain today. That's funny. Welcome all. So you got tired has landed. And is it Sophania or something like that? Sophiano. The biggest raid I've had so far. What were you all up to? Painting Sisters of Silence. Silence and Custodes. I'm assuming that's Warhammer, right? I'm vaguely aware of some of the Warhammer stuff. Yeah. Waiting around for work. Yeah, I was just talking about my own plans of just trying to restructure or thinking about restructuring my Patreon to uh, kind of work better, I guess, for me and what I'm kind of finding I enjoy more. So last year I tried doing the like making specific tutorial videos in PDFs, and I just wasn't like super excited about doing that. There's a lot of things I'm still kind of learning myself and getting better at. But I've been doing like weekly paint alongs on my YouTube. So I was thinking I would just kind of restructure my Patreon to kind of basically be a place if people just wanted to support me while I'm waiting to get enough followers or subscribe or whatever on Twitch and YouTube. And it also was just kind of hard trying to get that fit into the schedule once a month to make those videos and PDFs. am a stay-at-home mom. And pretty soon I'll be needing to start. When I say pretty soon, like in the next couple years, I'll need to start kind of doing homeschooling type stuffs. So I don't have a ton of time to be having something different for all the different platforms and whatnot. I've got just one. He is 3.5. So he's taking a nap right now. And I imagine things will. That I will have to maybe change when I do my streams or something. We'll see. So, like I said, it's probably a couple years out. I only do the streams for like an hour, so I could easily. I think does pretty well on his own for a little bit. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. How's the weather for all of y'all on this? I heard today is today that is the first day of spring, I think. We just had like a big wind and rain storm yesterday. And there was some like hail, a little turned into snow a little bit, not really much at all. It's pretty much already gone. Chilly, huh? Yeah, our storm cooled things down quite a bit yesterday. Thankfully, our heat is mostly working. I'm pretty sure that there is a sensor that is dying in the heater, but so we keep having to sort of kind of do a reset on it. But our friends who are also our neighbors happened to just have that same problem a few months ago, a couple months ago. So my husband was able to easily check that to see if it was the same problem. It's basically like it keeps reading, getting a reading that like it's not able to light, but actually it is. But then like because there's something in it about like it gets that reading and then it just locks up. My husband would probably be able to explain things in much more technical terms. He's an electrician, so he understands that stuff a lot better. It does look like, at least for us, I don't know if you're in the Midwest as well, Gray TT. But it looks like we'll be getting warm weather here soon. course, it's really never for sure over when down west winter until we can get out of March. Sometimes even April, we can end up with a snowstorm. That. Then there's just some nails on this that I need to get. So get gray liner down first. There are some in front too. metals. Sweet. Well, we got one whole set done. Just sit like so. I'll be running a session next month in a cellar of sorts. So I've got a whole nother set just like it to paint up. So, but I do not have things mixed up to do the wood, and I do want to do the wood instead of the, want to get the wood done first, just because then that way I don't have to worry about the metal pieces and accidentally getting the wood color on them. I was definitely easily going over them on that other one. I'll leave the finished one in view. So yeah, that'll probably be it for today for painting stream. I will get, so Mondays I usually will do a different mini, basically one that I'm going to paint to sale. And this Monday I finished up this guy. He was a Duslier sample pack, and if you're familiar at all with Dungeons and Lasers Company, I kind of just painted him up like a sort of a treant, because I'm more familiar with Dungeons and Dragons stuff. So, and then this is Reaper's base boss, sculpted bases. They did like a Kickstarter a couple years ago for it, and I believe they're gonna release them this year into retail. So if you like that, I've used them. I've done a lot of different things with them, because you, especially this design, you can do a lot. It's like, this is like a swampy. You can do lava. I've done lava. I've done like a dried up, more deserty. It's fun. I'm glad that they are going to be coming out to retail. But anyway, Monday, I'm going to break from the paint to sell thing, and I'll be working on one of these two minis at least, because it's for one of the players in the campaign that I'll be starting. And well, I've got two because she couldn't pick between the two, so I'll use the same color scheme for both, just because it's for the same player. I just need to get this one primed since it is metal. But yeah, it'll come back Monday, same time, 1:15 p.m. Central, and we'll be painting. I'll be working on one of these two. So yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for rating, guys. It's always great to see see some new faces, new names, and hope you have a good weekend. Hope things warm up for you, get some good weather, get some painting done. Anyway, yeah, bye.